What's going on, y'all? My name is Captain Planet. You can't live on a planet without a plan. Once again, I'm here to do this for my family, my friends, my associates, and you guys, the viewers. I really care about you guys. So I'm just trying to communicate with you and tell you everything I know. Today's topic is for my city, state, government employees, those who have 401k, those who have 403b, those who have 457, and those who are able with their employment to put their money in pre-tax situations. Okay, so let's go over some things real quick. The difference between 457 and 401k. 457 is a pre-tax situation that you can put your money into that you will not be penalized when you withdraw it prior to 59 and a half. However, you have to pay the taxes later. You clear on that, young man?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 401k, you have to wait till you're 59 and a half to start withdrawing. Or if you take out the money prior to, you will receive a 10% penalty, and then they'll tax you as well later on down the line. So we straight with that, right? Okay. So real quick, tell a story of how you thought you was fucking balling, and you wasn't balling. Tell the story real quick.
Alright, so I started with about 3%. You know, I thought that was just like the average number to go with because everybody else was going with it. So short thereafter, I learned that that wasn't the best route for my future.
And how'd you realize that? Tell the story.
I realized I'm like, all right, we working together. He asked me how much I was how much I was investing in Deferred. So I told him, I said 3%. He said 3%. That's that's gas money. That's about $40. That's nothing. That's nothing.
What I want to point out is he never did the math of what 3% really was. So I sat him down and I said, well, let's go over what 3% is.
Right.
And 3% came out to $45. I said, yo, my man, I just put that in my gas tank. Like, what are you talking about? That's what you think about your future? Gas money? And he said 3% like he was gangster. Like, yo, 3%, son. You know what I mean? I'm like, my man, you only invested $45 every 2 weeks. So basically use a $20 dude a week.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Once he came to that realization, where are you at now?
Right now, I'm just around 14.
No, not total. I'm talking about percentage.
Percentage-wise, 17%. I'm doing 17%. I'm up and down. I was doing 25. Well, depending on what it is, I'm up and down with it.
Right, which is against my advice because I told him to stay consistent. But I'll take that he's putting away 17% of his salary.
Right.
How much percentage are you up in terms of profit?
As far as profit, from the number, from what I'm actually putting
the number when you first go on the website and it shows you.
Oh, 21 point. Right now it's 21.3%.
So his profit margin is 21%, and that's what leads into the next thing I want to talk about. So within deferred comp or whatever your options is, the number one problem is people are not aware of the options that's available to them. So we have 19 options that's available to us. Okay. The option that we chose is the best option. And why do we think it's the best option? Because it's the best option for two reasons. Because if you check here, equity index fund is the best option because it went up in dollar amount and percentage amount combined. That's what you're going to use to make your decision. How much it went up dollar amount and how much it went up percentage amount, okay?
Right.
So equity index fund last year was 266 and now it's 320 now, which is a difference of 34 and 20 is 54. I made $54 per share. Are we clear? So let's go back to the beginning of time, 12 years and 5 months ago. Why did I choose equity index fund? The reason why I chose equity index fund because on my 3-month statement, it was 114 and it went to 117. That was the highest in dollar amount and percentage back then. So I've been purchasing these shares since it's been 117 a share.
Right.
Are we clear? All right, now let's look at these other things that we have here. Small cap and mid cap. Small cap basically means when a company files their taxes pertaining to how much they make, they go in the small cap category. Mid cap is if they make above that small cap line, they go in the mid cap category. Now these companies interchange. So that's why that stock value, that dollar amount, is not a true dollar amount. Although the percentage is going up, it's not a true dollar amount because you don't know what companies were in there at that time to reflect that number. International, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I don't even know where that money's going, but they're doing good though so far. Equity index fund, like I said, is the S&P 500, which is 505 of the largest stocks in the world, which is representative for 80% of the wealth in the world. And when you purchase those shares, you're betting on that the economy will always expand. How do we know the economy will always expand? because we already know inflation goes up 3% every year. So you want to expand to stay ahead of inflation so you can keep your profit margin. Okay? Currently, right now, I'm up 20%. But if you think this is something and you think you learned something from that, also too, I have my money 100% in equity index fund. I don't intentionally choose losers. A lot of people utilize that word diversification. I'm not diversifying nothing with no losers. I'm going with whoever's the best over time. While click on the last 3 years for here, navigate through here and click on the last 3 years while I give a breakdown of why you shouldn't utilize a number fund. So a lot of people say, oh, I'm going to choose, let's imagine this is 2020 right now, and I'm going to retire in 30 years. I'm going to choose a number fund of 2050. It's 95% aggressive now, 5% stable. And then later on, as time goes on, right before I'm about to retire, it's going to be 95% stable and 5% aggressive. The reason why that's not a good idea is because if you purchase the stock at $10 in the beginning of the road, and then it ended at 100, when you got to the middle of the road, it was 50-50. 50-50, 50% aggressive, 50% stable. That means you never reached your full potential of that money. That means you sold that stock at $50 halfway. You understand? So let's just go over the last 3 years if you was retired 3 years ago. If you retired 3 years ago, stable fund was $16.34. It's currently $17.28. So let's do the math on that. That's 66 cents plus 28 cents is what? 66 plus 20 is 86 plus 8 is 96 cents, right? You would have gained 96 cents in 3 years. That's you basically you smoking crack, all right? That's crackhead. That's crackhead stuff. Now, if you had your money in equity index fund, you went from 239, you would have gained 60, 61, $81 a share.
Right.
96 cents, you twerking, or you twerked for however long of a period of time, and you let the man throw quarters and nickels at you. Or you could retire and be all the way up with, how much is that again? We did 60, with $81 a share.
$81 a share, yeah.
So you do the math, $81 a share, 90 something and change for stable. I don't know, that's smoking crack. So like I said, once again, my name is Captain Planet. You can't live on a planet without a plan. Don't put your money in stable for nothing. If you are putting your money in stable, I'm telling you right now, you're smoking crack. That's just the bottom line. You choose equity index fund. The name of this show is called The Law of Averages. Okay, and the law of averages state that you must be aware of where you are in relationship to where you want to be. When I first met Special K, he had no idea where he was. He was lost. Okay,
lost in the sauce.
Now he is found.
Lost in the sauce.
He's up 20% because he chose to bet his money on equity index fund.
Right.
Okay, so you could say, oh no, that's not for everybody. My situation is different.
Cool.
Listen, I don't even care about that. Numbers don't lie. Numbers say I'm right. All right, so I'm putting my name on the line. Numbers say I'm right. History says I'm right. Oh, well, what about 9/11? What about 2008? Okay, what about it? It took 3-4 years for the economy to come back, and then you would have been purchasing all along the way, and you would be ahead of where you were. So what are we talking about that for? Okay,
right.
You could keep coming up with excuses, because excuses are for the weak and the incompetent. And personally, right now, financially, you are weak and you are incompetent. So that's why you need to start looking into this and know the distance between where you are and where you want to be. We just renamed where I'm at right now. We're gonna call this the Urban Bitcoin Center.
The Urban Bitcoin Center. Watch out for the cryptocurrency move.
So if you think the information I just gave you was good, waiting to see what we investing in next. All right.
So it's very good to invest your money.
You're not hyping up. No, go ahead.
You should get it because it's really helpful, and make sure to invest your money because that's good.